You were just talking about then about profile, and I know you have been very successful in winning a number of awards and competitions. Do you think that increasingly now that's an area which is very important for your kind of work?
It's crucial, yeah. The editorial market and the outlet for photojournalism and the type of stories I want to produce has shrunk inconceivably. It's 10 pages used to be normal. 5 pages seemed a failure, and now 5 pages is the target. So, and when you get 5 pages, a lot of images are omitted. But when you enter a competition, you can do your own edit, and then if you win, you can sort of appraise the story and try and get it out there again.
You've been very successful in competitions. Do you have, apart from the fact, of course, of being a very great photographer, which goes without saying, do you think there is any secret to your success with that, apart from the work? Do you think that competitions are looking for something in particular?
Sleeping with the judges.
Well, apart from that, you are winning international competitions with a very unique English perspective.
Yeah, I can't explain it. I don't know. Perhaps there's a purity there, or a naivety, I think. I don't over-analyse my images. I have a very pubescent thrill about colourful things and events that I want to see, and I think perhaps it is the ordinariness, getting the extraordinary out of ordinary situations, such as just your local pub or an event that might be around the corner. I mean, the most influential picture of my whole career is Paul Reese's shot from, there's a dad in B&Q in combat trousers with an unfurled wallpaper for his son. The dad's got a fag in his mouth, and the wallpaper's got sort of military things all over, and I just couldn't believe you were allowed to photograph in B&Q or the car parks or supermarkets like these guys were doing. So, and that powerful impact was over 15 years ago, and it's still an image that I look at to get me motivated.
So you're really looking for the everyday, you're looking for the ordinary, but something within it. I know Elliot Erwitt is a big influence on you. You really like his work, and he, it's very much about finding it through composition as much as anything else, isn't it? I mean, is that how it comes about? You're looking for different angles, you're looking for different ways of seeing it.
Yeah. Next question.
That's very
but once you're in a situation and you're competent with the kit you're using, and I think so say I walk into a pub, I'll have the camera on display, and it's it used to be a medium format, or it's a large camera, and people either say, get that thing away from me, or hey mate, take our picture, which you do, and then you just stick around and they become bored and I stop saying things, and then follow them wherever they go, and then watch the evening unfold, and then sort of start taking pictures of the thing that attracted me to them in the first place.
You always talk also about being very careful not to have tattoos, not to wear certain clothes, and it's very much about fading into the background.
Yeah, I think so. If I walk into a boozer with a football shirt on, or an allegiance to something, or a religious cross, I'm immediately going to alienate certain people or project the sort of person I am. So yes, I had no posters on my wall when I was a kid. Actually, that's a lie. I had one of Sting and the opening batsman for England with a curly blonde hair, David Gower. And I once went to a party and Sting was in the toilet, and I said, oh, if only David Gower was here. Before I had a chance to explain that they were my two childhood heroes, he'd washed his hands and fled. So Sting, if you're out there, he's watching at home.
He might be watching as we're live streaming. I have actually met David Gower. I haven't met Sting, but he is a very nice guy.
Right.
And I have a cricket ball signed by him. Okay. I will see if I can find it for you.
I think it's important for a photographer is not to be about you, and so just try and dress smart, be polite, and if someone wants to talk about something that I really oppose, I'm not going to sort of bring it up and just steer the conversation in a different direction. So I'm a blank canvas. I'm your bitch, Grant. I can be whatever you want me to be.
Thank you very much, Peter. I think on that note, it's a perfect opportunity to ask if anybody has any questions for Peter or anything the field would like to comment on what he's been talking about. So are there any questions that anybody would like to ask?
Hello? Okay. I'm interested that you make it very obvious when you go into a place with your camera. So I guess you're not trying to take pictures unobserved, like having your camera very small camera, just, you know, kind of hiding the fact that you're taking pictures. So you make it fairly obvious by the sound of it.
In the beginning, yeah, because I shoot with a Mamiya medium format film, so it can't be discreet. It's got immense clamps on the side. So I do take pictures without, discreetly, but after I've been there for, an hour and a half, people get tired of what you're doing. So if I go out on a hen night.
Just one more. Okay. I'm just thinking, I've used medium format film for a long time in the past. What makes you keep using it rather than using the digital?
Yeah, I don't. So I'm 3 years digital now. I was up for I want to tell this story. I was up for a job for FIFA, and it was a 15-month commission going to 22 different countries, shooting 26 different stories. And it came down to the last 2 photographers, myself, I won't say his name, but it's like a rival of mine. And the last question before we found out who got the job was, "And do you shoot digital?" So I said yes, and my colleague said, "Oh no, I shoot triads on my Leica," and I'd sort of got the heads up that they wanted it done digitally anyway.